Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Millennial Movie Fan Channel. My name's Tyler. Today's movie review is going to be for the new release News of the World. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below and hit subscribe and the little notification bell. And also share this video around all your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, and all the different social medias. That really helps out the channel and gets the word out there of us talking movies in our community here on YouTube. So News of the World is a Western directed by Paul Greengrass starring Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks plays a Civil War veteran that goes town to town telling frontiersmen about the news of the world because otherwise they wouldn't be privy to that information. And he encounters a little girl that was taken by a Native American tribe. And against her will, he's taking her to her only living relatives. And on their journey, they face many challenges and dangerous things, and they grow closer together. Tom Hanks is phenomenal in this role, as he is in all his roles, but Tom Hanks is great in this movie, and it benefits this movie a lot. I think that this movie could be good otherwise, with other actors in that role. It was a great movie, but his performance just cements this movie as an excellent little adventure. He has to do so much in this role. He has to show reluctance to take on the responsibility of bringing this girl to her family, and then he's got to grow to appreciate her for her differences in what he learns from his adventure and his time with her, and she learns from him. Also, they're picking up on each other's language and figuring out how to communicate because there's a bit of a language barrier there at first. And I like that this movie leans heavily on the protector motif. That's something that's been around forever in all different kinds of media and storytelling. Stories like Logan, Last of Us, God of War, The Mandalorian, most recently, that's one of the biggest shows on TV, they lean heavily into this archetype. Tom Hanks is great stepping into those shoes. And like I said, he's captivating and almost makes me cry. Towards the end of the movie, I almost shed a tear because of how moving it is, how great a performance he was, the relationship between the two actors, and the young girl actor was also really impressive. She hardly talks most of the movie, and what she's able to convey emotion-wise just through her actions and her facial reactions, it's unbelievable. I was genuinely impressed by it. But this movie, I love period pieces and history in general. I think that when period pieces are done right, which was the case with this movie, they can be phenomenal films. Some of my favorite films. One of the biggest things about this movie is their portrayal of Native Americans. They weren't portrayed as the aggressors or savages as they would have been in old-timey movies. Yes, there's a war and conflict going on, and you see a lot of the villains are on the side of the American frontiersmen of that war, and we get their opinions. And they're like, yeah, we're going to scalp people and whatever. So it really villainizes them. It portrays the Native Americans in an interesting way, because like I said, they weren't like villainous aggressors and like out for blood, which was the case in history. And they weren't played as victims either. You really get to empathize with them because they're just there and they're just people and they're just trying to live, and you know what's going on during that time, what's happening to them, and you see that in the background if you're looking for it, if you know your history. They even tell you in the movie in certain ways, but you just witness the devastation that's happened to them, and you see the outcome of that, and you see that the Americans are rah-rah pushing it like these people are evil, warlike, they're coming to attack us. And then when you see them in this film and you get the intimate moments with them, when the little girl runs up, Johanna, and she's like, take me with you, wait, come back, and you see them moving on their horsebacks, they're so weak and fragile because they're battered by this war. And it's women and children moving, and they gotta walk, and they're walking in the desert in this harsh environment, and these people were driven from their homes and forced to fight with their back up against the wall. And they don't do anything overtly to push that message. They just show you. They leave you to come to that conclusion yourself. And I don't know how you can't, because these people were devastated. But I really like the portrayal of Native American people in this film. The action-adventure aspect of this film is very limited. When it does occur and there are fight scenes, action, shootouts, it's very impactful and high drama. There's a lot at stake, and when it does occur, it's meaningful. This movie really was emotionally moving. I think, honestly, it cements Tom Hanks as one of the greatest actors of all time, if the guy wasn't already. He's been in some of the greatest movies with some of the best performances ever, but this is just a solid film, man. Solid film. And I was super impressed by it, and I couldn't wait to come out and talk to somebody about it. Nobody I know has seen it. It's hard with the movie theaters, but I'm glad I got to get on here and discuss it with you guys. Let me know what you thought. If you saw this movie, if you saw News of the World, if you enjoyed it, what you thought of Tom Hanks' performance, the little girl. Man, she was awesome. I look forward to responding back to your comments below and on social media. Like I said in the beginning, share us all around, and that really helps out. And also give me a little thumbs up, like down below, and hit subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Good day to you.